Welcome to this week's edition of When Can We Do This Again? Your tips, tricks, reviews, previews, your hacks, the things that are going to save you time, money, and maybe just a little worry when you head to Walt Disney World. My name is Michael, and if this is your first time on the channel, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Well, in this edition of When Can We Do This Again, we're going to talk about how to save you some money. I know everybody's going to be interested in that because Walt Disney World just announced those prices going up. So we're going to try to find a way to put a little bit more money in your pocket when you leave Walt Disney World. Now, don't get me wrong, I haven't always been a solo traveler to Walt Disney World. 2 years ago, or just two, I guess that would be 4. 2 years ago, I planned a little vacation for 6 members of my family. We all headed to Walt Disney World. Six members. We all headed to Walt Disney World. And one of the goals there was to save some money because Walt Disney World is a little bit costly. This is my journey through that, which was then, and then everything I've learned over the last 2 years while living in Central Florida. The first thing that's going to save you some money, and this is going to be kind of a roundabout way, are the outlet shops. The outlet shops or off-property merchandise. Now, you can spend the money at Disney and buy a $25 shirt and then buy another, and it's going to cost you a lot. Now, if you're only going to buy 1 or 2, it really is not going to save you that much money to go off-property because 1, you're going to need a car, and if you don't have a car, you're going to have to Uber over to one of these places. Now, here's the deal. If you have 6 people and you're buying a lot of stuff, these places are going to save you a ton of money. Let's go to them. First off, let's go to the outlet shop. The outlet shop, the character store at the outlet shop. You can go there and they have everything. All the stuff just came from Walt Disney World. It's between 50 to 75% off depending on what it is. You can get a $25 shirt for like $3.99. You can go over to the higher end stuff, the Dooney and Burke purses and stuff like that they carry there. There's not as big of a selection as you're going to get Walt Disney World, but guess what? You're going to save a couple $100 as these purses are $250 to $350 in the parks or at the park stores, and you can get them for underneath $100 at the character outlet. As well, they'll have all the stuff that just came out of season, so if you hit it on the right day and the right time, you get a lot. The only con to the character store is you really don't know what you're going to get. They might have something you want, they might not, but there's a ton of money to be saved at the character store. Now, on down the street to Walmart, both of these are just off Lake Buena Vista, 10 to 15 minutes, depending on which hotel, which resort you're staying at. On down to Walmart. Walmart has 22 aisles. 22 aisles, actually 22 third aisles. So they're a third of an aisle, but 22 aisles of Walt Disney World stuff. They have the pens, they have the keychains, they have hats, they have drinking, they have towels, they have shirts, they have everything you could think of, and all of this stuff is relatively cheap. It's all branded by Disney, so it is a Disney merchandise item. It is not like some off-brand that's saying, hey, this is Disney. This is a name brand Disney item in the labels. So you can go there and the shirts are really cheap. Like if you want to get shirts that are like $8, $9 in some places, like up to $13, where you'd pay double to triple that. Now, are they going to be as flashy as the Walt Disney World shirts? Maybe not. You might not get something that's brand new and trendy, but you would be able to cover a family of 6 for like 6 shirts that all look alike for what? I don't know. $80, or if you did the same thing in the park, it's probably going to cost you right around $200. Now let's go on to the next thing that can save you money while at Walt Disney World. What's the next thing? What's the next thing that I have for you to save you money at Walt Disney World? Well, this is going to be in the parks, and there's going to be 2, maybe 3 tips within one here. But first thing, water. The water is free at Walt Disney World. Go up, order an ice water. By the way, tip, you can order the large ice water and get more. They will always try to give you the small one to begin with, but if you order the large, most places will give you a large ice water. You don't have to go buy the bottles of Dasani or bottled water in the parks. You can drink from these and as well fill up like a mug, fill up your little thing from the fountains. That'll work as well. So as long as you're wanting to save money, you can save money on water. Next thing up is when you go to the quick service or sit down restaurants. Not so much when you go to an all-you-can-eat, because all-you-can-eat you cannot share. But when you go to a quick service or a sit-down restaurant, the meals, for the most part, are quite big. I know people who order from the kids menu and have a full helping of things. As well, like you can add just a little bit or take away a little bit. Here, I went to the Harbor House, and at the Harbor House, I always get the fish and chips. Well, one time I've added the fish and chips. It costs an extra $1.29 to add an extra fish and chips, which makes that 2 fish and chips for 2 people. That's plenty of food to get you through the day and get you on to dinner. As well, you can take the fries and take the corn and stuff off of the plate and just have your 3 fish. I guess you can't really call it fish and chips, but fish and nothing. You can have fish and nothing, and that's gonna save you $2, because I actually tried it when I ordered my meal the last time I was there. It was gonna be just under $10, and with the fries and the corn and everything, it was just about $12. So there's ways to save money when it comes to food, either sharing, taking things off of the menu, or maybe just adding up a little bit to make the meal big enough for 2 people, just depending on how many people are in your party. The next thing we're going to talk about here is going to be plan a down day. Maybe plan 2 down days. Not all the time has to be spent in the park, especially if you're staying at the resorts. They have really nice pools. You go swimming, take a day down, head over to Disney Springs. Disney Springs is a great way to spend a down day. You don't have to spend any money if you don't want to. So you kind of budget that out the way you want to. Now, obviously, you're going to be looking at things and maybe want to spend money. That's going to be more on you. But there's definitely plenty to do in Disney Springs without spending any money. So head to the pool, head to Disney Springs, plan a down day. Plan a down day. That's another way to save some money while at Disney. One last thing before we go here, one last tip, and before we get to that last tip, why don't you tell me, how do you save money at Walt Disney World? What are your tips to saving money on your vacations to Walt Disney World? Hit them down in the comments there. Let me know what's going on. Maybe we can help several people out with how to save money at Walt Disney World. Now, on to the last thing. The last thing that we're going to talk about here. Pack some snacks, guys. Pack some snacks for the parks. I will tell you, the vacation that I talked about earlier with everybody there, we woke up in the morning. We fixed breakfast in the room, saves money. We had snacks in our bags at all times, that saves money. And a lot of times we actually packed a lunch to go to the parks, so we did that, and then we ate 1 meal in the parks. Now, if you want to eat every meal in the park, you're not going to save money with this. But if you're up for snacks and you're up for just saving money, you're going to save money this way. Now I know what the next question is. Like, how do you get all these snacks there? Well, you can pack some of the snacks. But if you are not thinking you had enough room or don't want to put that much in your bags, when you get to Disney, you can go through, I want to say it's called the Garden Grocer. I'm going to put a link down below. That place will deliver your food for you to Disney for a small cost and everything, but guess what? You have all the food you're going to need, whether it be breakfast, snacks, lunches, everything's going to be there. And of course, if you have a car, you can just drive on down the road, pick it up at Walmart, buy snacks, and it's all good for yourself. Now, here's the deal, guys. I am not affiliated with Garden Grocer, Walmart, or the character store. I get nothing from any of that. These are just tips and tricks. So I just wanted to let you know in advance, if you do any of that stuff, it's not coming back to me. I have nothing to gain by recommending these places. I've heard the Garden Grocer is a great way to go, and I know that the Walmart and the character store are great ways to go. I think that's about it for this episode of When Can We Do This Again? If you have any tips and tricks, like I said, guys, put them down below. Help some others out. Help me out. Maybe I've missed something that's just completely obvious on how to save money at Walt Disney World. And if I have, just let me know down there. Also, like button. Hit that like button. And I hope to see you next week, guys, and I hope to see you again so we can do this again. Bye-bye!